Hello, souls. How are you? Today we are gonna make a reading regarding your childhood trauma. I hope that this will help you be more aware about any sort of childhood trauma you may have had or you are experiencing even in your current life. We will check what is the exact trauma and how it's reflected in your current life. So stay with me. If you want, you may subscribe to my channel. And let's start with the 5 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, pile number 5. Watch at the cards and choose the one you feel more attracted to. Which card represents you? Think about, make this question and take a look at the cards. So let's start with pile number 1. What is your childhood trauma? It looks like very much like some sort of neglect from your parents. So the sun represents you as a child, this small baby, and this is some of your parents or both, and they are looking in another direction. They are busy with their plans, with their tasks, with their job, or whatever it is, with their plans, and they don't see your light. I see that maybe there was some female figure near to you that was taking care of your basic needs, like food and shelter. And I see a really negative words and cold approach, however, from a male figure. Maybe your father, who was really aggressive in their speech, in the way they were talking with you. Maybe they were criticizing you a lot, or they just were lacking this emotional side of the parenting. It looks like that they were avoiding every kind of emotional situation. They didn't want to get emotionally involved, and it could be that they just walked away. Maybe they left you in some period of time, or physically they left your house, your home, your family, or just emotionally they were emotionally unavailable. There are families in which the father is present, but only physically be present. The father could be also very detached and not engaged in the life of their own children. And how this is reflected in your current life, this past trauma. Let's see how it's manifested in your current life, this experience from your childhood. You still feel like a little child. Maybe you're not communicating anymore with your father, but you still feel like a little child, and you have periods of time where when you feel like overfloated with emotions, and you suddenly start to cry and cannot stop. You become very emotional, and you are a little bit also disappointed with what have you done till now with your life. You are underestimating the results of your job, and we do see that you have achieved some great results, but you are underestimating them, like you are expecting more, or you are expecting faster success, and you get easily disappointed. Everything that relates to period of waiting, it's make you nervous for some reason. Maybe because you are waiting as a child to this person to pay you attention, to get back from work, or to finish their job tasks, whatever it is. You are waiting and waiting and waiting, and even when it matters to waiting of material results from your work, you can easily get disappointed because there's inner emotional tension that is building up during these periods of waiting, even though you are well aware that certain things need certain time to grow. You feel this like really heavy thing to deal with, and you can easily quit some project only because you know that it will take longer time. So your childhood trauma is reflected in your current life in the following way. You easily quit projects that require patience on your side, or that require time to grow. You cannot wait because you get very emotional. You don't maybe you don't give also time for growing in a relationship, because certain things in the relationships need to grow. They require their time, and you easily cut the situation and move, like you copy in some sort what your father was doing. They were escaping emotional situations, and you now are escaping situations where you feel that it won't be that much easy, or that a little bit of effort will be required on your side. What is the advice for you for your spiritual growth? You need to finish this cycle. You need to put an end to this episode of your life. Be aware of what happened. So this reading is aimed to bring awareness of what are you doing now and where it comes from, this pattern. And you need to put an end to this situation by understanding that this is just part of your past that should die. This is just one of the episodes of your life, and that you can change. This was just like an how should I put it? One of your social masks, one of the stages of your life, but you're not longer anymore this child. Now you are a different person, and this child is alive in you, but sorry, but the whole episode of your past, you need to put an end to this whole episode of your past. Like, this is in the past, now we have something else to do. And you all know that you have to do it, but you are putting a lot, you are like putting it on hold, this change and this final step. You don't want to put an end to this chapter. It takes too long for you to put an end. And once again, think about this putting an end of your past situation, traumatic situation, as something that requires a lot of time, a lot of effort. And as your current approach is to cut everything that requires a lot of time, a lot of effort, by thinking of your past and how you can process it as something that requires a lot of time and a lot of effort, this will help you cut it out. That was your reading, pile number 1. If it resonates with you, please give me a thumbs up. And let's continue with pile number 2. What is your childhood trauma? Pile number 2. What exactly happened in your past and how it's reflected in your current life? So let's see. I have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Three of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Cups, and King of Wands. It looks like you were given a lot of attention. There's no evidence or sign of neglect. Maybe you were having brother or sister, and maybe you still have them in your life. So I see a lot of attention in your direction. And what is the problem with this? Somebody was over concentrated on you, and you didn't like it. Maybe you were too praised, too spoiled, or something like this, that it was not that bad, but it turned out like some sort of childhood trauma. But I'm missing a little bit the motherly figure. Like we have the King of Wands who could be your father, but on the other side we don't have exactly motherly figure. We have Two of Wands. It's like another male energy. Maybe you have had two fathers, or your mother was always working, and or was having a little bit of a male character. Let's see what is the reflection of this situation from your childhood in your current life. Maybe we'll get more clear picture of what the issue was. Now you have some sort of anxiety. You cannot sleep very well at night, and you have like issues with moving on, issues with changes. You have very critical mindsets towards other people. A lot of things you don't like about them. And you don't, you are afraid to move on. You like to things to stay as they are. Maybe you are also keeping too much items around you. You cannot, you have difficulties to leave things and people. You're too worried. You have critical mindset, and at the same time you don't like to be criticized. So this could be the scenario where there were too high expectations from you. Your parents were praising you a lot. They were, I believe that these two aces are represent you and your brother or sister. So your parents were over concentrated on you. They were having big plans for you, and they were keep giving a lot of effort in your future, making a lot of effort and a lot of energy to make you successful or something like this. But your mother does not appear once again as the nurturing female. It appears like more ambitious person. So in your current life, I believe that your brother or sister also is experiencing some sort of issues. Both of you have some sort of issues related to this situation from your childhood. And currently don't want to give up on physical items or on objects. Even you could hold toys every kind of items you don't like, and maybe you are in conflict with your brother or sister. You're not talking anymore. This is also in a result of this situation in your childhood. Maybe you are competing between you, but this was not natural competition. It was created by your parents, and you feel really tired from every kind of effort you have to do and every kind of job you are doing. You feel like physically very tired. You get easily tired. So it's psychosomatic relationship. You get more tired than you should be. And what is the advice for you? The advice is to make some shadow work, like deep dive into your fears and try to review what is unrevealed. You can make some sort of therapy. You could make some sort of hypnosis, for example. This will be really good for you. But another advice is to don't try to be in the spotlight, because the moon is the card that is showing the moon, which is not shining bright. So try not to be that shiny, that bright. Try not to be the center of the attention. Stay in the shadow. You don't have to be always the best. Nothing will happen if you're not the best. Don't set yourself too much high expectations. You can lower the final goal. Try to be, at least for a while, not in the center of the attention. This is the advice. That was all for you, pile number 2. Let's continue with pile number 3. Pile number 3. Let's see what was your childhood trauma and how it's reflected in your current life. Eventually we will see for advice. Okay. I don't see motherly figure in your situation from your childhood. If you have had a mother, then this would mean that she was really, she was having really masculine energy. And she was competing with your father. I feel like two strong energies that were competing within your home. Verbal fights, a lot of bad words being said, a lot of sarcasm being used. So this was the energy in your house while you were growing up. Pile number 3. Two strong characters fighting between them verbally. I don't see physical fights, but I see a lot of verbal ones and a lot of stressful situations. How this situation is reflected in your current life? How this childhood trauma is reflected in your current life? How it's manifested? You have some physical problems with your physical health. So if you have, if you're experiencing issues, for example, with your blood pressure, this could be as a result of the stress from your childhood trauma. It's like a long path, but it's related. And this could be also something that you you received as genetics from your mother line, some sort of health issues related with your blood or blood pressure from your mother's line. Tendency of depressions too, and like your weight also is you have the yo-yo with your weight. You are getting you lose weight, then you gain it again, then you lose it again, and you gain it again with a build up, top up. And this is this physical instability you have with your weight. So I said already depressions, tendency to get depressed, some sort of a physical issue with your blood pressure, migraines. I'm almost sure that you are experiencing headaches or migraine pain. And this is also reflected in your relationships and love life. You're not very positive. You don't have positive mindset when thinking about possible relationship. You start to fight with your partners. Maybe you have also a little bit of competition spirits. You like to compete with your partners. What is the advice for you? Pound number 3. The advice is to be more soft. Follow your feelings. Don't try to analyze and rationalize everything you feel. Sometimes you have just to not think, just to follow your heart. If destiny is giving you a chance, you need to take it. Don't try to be always so judgmental or just ignore the chances destiny is trying to give you. This will bring you a lot of relaxation. What do I mean? That if you are in a situation where somebody is showing you some sort of affection and you feel that you need to show them affection back, just do it without thinking. This could also not develop in a serious relationship, but just the act of giving back emotions will be some sort of mental and emotional improvement for you. So that was your reading, pile number 3. Pile number 4. Let's see what is your childhood trauma and how it's reflected in your current life. What was the experience from your childhood that remained as your trauma in your current life? So we have some drinking problems from your childhood. Maybe they are related to some member of your family. And this person was also a very nasty manipulator, I would say. And they were absolutely capable to manipulate emotionally other people in order to obtain their goals at any price. And afterwards, they were concentrated only on their plans, only on their goals, very egoistic. And nobody would believe that they were like this. Everybody would say that they are just so gentle, so kind, but they were just very good manipulators. And eventually everything collapsed. There was some sort of destruction of this lie, of this facade. It could be also that you lost your home, and everything of this was related to this personage from your past, from your childhood. So there was, from the outside, there was this really nice facade that everything is doing well and everybody's great, but from the inside, other things were going on. And all of a sudden, you also lost your home for some reason. Totally unexpected for you. Let's see how this was reflected in your current life. You could also have problems with drinking. You could also get in fights easily. You don't want to appear as weak and as too tender and too soft. And this is the reason you're getting into fights. Maybe this person was calling you like this, that you're too tender, like a girly little girl, and you need to heal this inner child. So you don't, you get really upset and mad whenever you see sign of weakness in somebody, in yourself or in anybody else. And as I already said, you might experience also some drinking issues. This is reflected also in your relationships. You don't have stable relationships. You cannot have long-term relationships. The relationships you're having are full of verbal fights, and the one is always trying to dominate the other partner. There's no equal exchange. Maybe this person from your past died out of nothing, like suddenly, unexpectedly, and this was the reason you lost your home. And now you still have this sense of poverty within you, like you always feel like an outcast, even if you have your own home or you have a place where to live. You always have this feeling that in the next moment you could get to be living on the street, or something unexpected might happen. You have this like background noise that is telling you that expect that something will go wrong. And there's this voice that you are not good enough, this is what you deserve, how can you expect something better to happen, as you're decent or that. This is a result of your past trauma, of your childhood trauma experience. So this is the echo from this trauma. The advice for you, pile number 4. What can you do to heal this inner child? Take care of this inner child. You need to see the bigger picture. You need to see that you don't have control over life, that not everything that is happening to you or had happened to you is a result of your actions, or of you being this or that, or not being this or that. There are things that are meant to be and to happen, and whatever you do, they won't be, they cannot be avoided. What I'm meaning with this, for example, let's say that you were indeed this weak child, or whatever this person was calling you. Just an example, this is not true, but however, let's assume that. And this is the reason why you have had this person in your life. This is the reason why they were calling you like that, because you were deserving everything that. This is the reason why you lost your home, and this is the result. Okay, the same thing that happened to you happened to so many other people, and these people were completely different from you. They were also successful people that finished on the street without a home. There were also very strong characters very strong energies, people with all different kind of backgrounds that had the same outcome or similar, very similar toxic situation in their life. So this, remember that your memories from your childhood of how how this person was treating you are just showing you how this person was. It's not showing you how you were. And everything that happened is not a result of what you were or what you are now. It was just meant to be. There are some things, certain things that are meant to be. We have control over certain things and we don't have control over other. If you are a child, there's nothing you can do to get out of toxic relationship or situation because you are just a child. It's not within your control. So if you have toxic member of your family and you're just a child and there's nobody to ask, or you don't know that you could ask somebody because you're not learned to ask for help, this is out of your control. In this case, it's the destiny who is in charge. And it's not because of your personal qualities or the lack of different qualities. Bad things happened also to good people. Bad things happened also to smart and to strong people. So this is the energy and the advice for you. Pile number 4. It's not your fault. It's not for being something that you believe that you are or that you believe that you aren't. It just happened. There's no reason. That was your reading, pile number 4. Let's continue with pile number 5. Let's see what is your childhood trauma and how it's reflected in your current life. Pile number 4. Pile number 5, sorry. I see that the person you are growing with was absolutely incapable of expressing emotional feelings and to express their emotions and some kindness towards you. Maybe they were keeping a facade of the happy family from the outside world, but deep down you are really, really lonely. You and your siblings, if you are having any. What was the reason for this person to behave like this? I have the feeling that they were like trapped in their own life situation. They were incapable to move forward with their life and even to move emotionally. They got stuck in some episode from their own life, and this some sort of paralyzed them emotionally. And they were keep thinking and rethinking what their problems were, what happened, how they cannot do anything to change this, and maybe it was really like this. Maybe you were raised by a single parent, and this person was too busy with solving problems from everyday's life, and they were not having enough time or energy or capability to express some sort of emotions towards you. I get this feeling of loneliness, like we have this colorful center in the reading, but the margins are lonely, like everybody's in their own room or in their own space. It could represent also mental space, but everybody's doing what they want and not paying that much attention of the needs of the children in this relationship. This could represent also your two parents, like for example this could be your mother, that is some sort of depression going on, or completely incapable to deal with their own problems, and this is your father who is taking care only of their own interests, what they want to have, what they want to do. But emotionally incapable to express affection towards the children. How is this situation reflected in your current life? I have the feeling that you cannot find stable job. So this could be manifested also in your financial stability, specifically in the lack of such. You have unclear ideas about how a budget should be made, and how you could stay or keep yourself on the same job. You have I feel that you have really dark episodes where you get really lost in your emotions and in your emotional world. Everything becomes unclear for you. You feel this inner pain and you cannot stop crying. A lot of tears, like almost like a sea of tears. I'm sure you are saying I cried a sea of tears or an ocean of tears, and you cannot see where is the light, where is the path, the light in the end of the tunnel. You don't know how to get out of this darkness. Maybe you lost also some relatives of yours, and you have conflicts within your family. for example, with your cousins or other people at your same age, and they're from your family. They could be also people on your workplace. If you are getting into fights, into conflicts with your colleagues, this is one of the reasons why you are keep quitting your job places, and you cannot have stable work situation. What is the advice for you? Pile number 5. First of all, you need to be completely aware that this current situation is related to what I have described previously. So you need to think over this. You just expecting betrayal in every moment, and you prefer to be the first to leave. So what is the advice for you? Just you need to have full awareness of what you are doing and why you are doing it. You need to ask yourself questions, and you need to be present, because here you are like with these 2 cards, you are acting on your impulses. You almost like animal on the under the full moon. You are doing something, but your mind is buried, and you need to be with a sharp and clear mind, and you need to be fully aware and focused and present. If you don't know what this means to be present, what I recommend you is to watch Eckhart Tolle on YouTube, because I would say that his books are a little bit difficult to be read, but if you watch his videos on YouTube from his workshops, it will be easily to understand. He gives specific examples on how to ground yourself, how to be more present in the here and the now, and this will be really good for your situation. It will help you a lot. I will leave a link to his videos in the description of this one. That was all for you, pile number 5. If this resonates somehow with you, please leave a comment and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.